Hello students, today we are going to read the first chapter of Treasure Chest, Banku Babu's Friend. Here we will see Banku Babu, who is a school teacher. He is the main protagonist of the story. He is the main character. The entire story revolves around Banku Babu. So here we will see that how weak Banku Babu is, how timid he is, that when people bully him, almost everyone, whosoever knows him, students, be it his friends, everyone bully him. But he is too weak to take a stand for himself. Later on, by chance, he meets an alien aircraft, and after the interaction, somehow he gets the confidence and he takes a stand for himself. This is a social evil actually. Bullying is a social evil, right? So we should have the courage to take a stand for something which is not right. So this story revolves around the same theme. Let's begin the chapter. Banku Babu's Friend by Satyajit Ray. No one had ever seen Banku Babu get cross. Cross means angry or annoyed. So everyone knew Banku Babu to be a very, very calm kind of a man. No one had ever seen him getting angry. To tell the truth, it was difficult to imagine what he might say or do if one day he did get angry. Almost unimaginable condition was this. To think even that Banku Babu could ever get angry. कोई सोच भी नहीं सकता था कि बंकू बाबू को कभी गुस्सा आएगा भी. It was not as if there was never any reason for him to lose his temper. It was not the fact that people did not behave in such a manner that he did not lose his temper ever. ऐसा कभी भी नहीं हुआ उनके साथ कि उनको मौका ही नहीं मिला गुस्सा आने का. But for the last 20 years, Banku Babu had taught geography and Bengali at the Kankurgachi village primary school. See, he had been a school teacher in Bengal, in Kolkata, and there was a very small village. He used to teach there Bengali and geography. Every year, a new batch of students replaced the old one. But old or new, the tradition of teasing Banku Babu continued among all the students. See, every year the batch of the students used to change, obviously. But the tradition of teasing बंकू बाबू ऑलवेज रिमेन द सेम. हर साल नए बच्चे आते थे, लेकिन बंकू बाबू को हर साल बच्चे परेशान करते थे, टीज करते थे, उनका मजाक उड़ाते थे. कैसे? Some drew his cartoons on the blackboard. People used to draw his caricature cartoons on the blackboard. Others put glue on his chair. वही छोटे बच्चों वाली शैतानियाँ, कुछ glue उनकी chair पे लगा देते थे. Or on the night of Kali Puja, they lit a chasing rocket and set it off right behind him. So again, जो छोटे बच्चों वाली शैतानियाँ होती हैं, कभी glue लगा देना, कभी किसी के पीछे rocket लगा देना. So all these things were done in order to tease Banku Babu. Banku did not get upset by any of this, but he was a very, very calm kind of a man. उनको इस चीज़ों से फर्क पड़ता ही नहीं था. Only sometimes he cleared his throat and said, "Shame on you boys. This is not good. आपने बहुत गलत किया है." That was his maximum limit. Nothing beyond that. One of the reasons for maintaining his calm was simple, that he could not afford to do otherwise. If he did lose his temper and left his job in a fit of pique, he knew how difficult it would be to find another at his age. See, obviously finding job, that too in India at his age, is pretty difficult. So, वो गुस्सा आता भी था तो वो बिल्कुल शांत हो जाते थे. क्यों? क्योंकि उनको ये बात पता थी कि अगर मैंने गुस्सा आया, फिट ऑफ एंगर में मैंने कोई तैश में कोई एकदम से कोई डिसीजन ले लिया तो और जॉब छोड़ दी, तो at this age it was very difficult for him to find a new job. Another reason was that in every class there were always a few good students, even if the rest of the class was full of pranksters. See, हर क्लास में कुछ ना कुछ अच्छे बच्चे मिल जाते थे उनको, and he was satisfied in teaching those good students. अगर पूरी class full of pranksters, prank करने वाले बच्चे हैं, even then he did not mind much. Teaching this handful of good boys was so rewarding that to Banku Babu that alone made life as a teacher worth living. See, again, he was really satisfied after teaching these good students, and he felt really satisfied as a teacher. उनके लिए worth living life थी कि ठीक है, मैंने इतने बच्चों को पढ़ा दिया, जिसको पढ़ना हो पढ़ो, ना पढ़ना हो मत पढ़ो. At times, he invited those boys to his house, offered them snacks, and told them tales of foreign land and exciting adventures. So he was a kind, he was a, we can say that he was a generous kind of a man. उन बच्चों को जो अच्छा उनके साथ बिहेवियर शो करते थे, उनको अपने घर बुलाते थे, एंड ऑफर्ड देम स्नैक्स खिलाते थे और उनसे अच्छी अच्छी बातें करते थे अबाउट फॉरेन लैंड्स, एक्साइटिंग एडवेंचर्स. So we can say basically he lacked confidence to defend himself, but yes, on the other hand, he was a kind-hearted and a generous man. He told them about life in Africa, the discovery of North Pole, the fish in Brazil that ate human flesh, about the Atlantis, the continent submerged under the sea. He was quite an intelligent man. He knew a lot. तो वो उनको जो जो पता था, he liked sharing his knowledge with his students. He was a good storyteller. He always had his audience enthralled. Enthralled means to catch someone's interest. हमेशा fascinating बातें करते थे. उनके audience उनका जो भी बातें सुनता था वो उसके mind को capture कर लेते थे. बहुत अच्छे से बताते थे और लोग उनकी बातों को सुनना पसंद करते थे. During the weekend, Banku Babu went to the lawyer Shripati Majumdar's house to spend the evening with other regulars. See, other people also used to come. Other regulars means जो बाकी लोग वहाँ पे time spend करते थे, वो लोग भी evening में weekend पे Banku Babu की तरह lawyer Shripati Majumdar के घर पे जाते थे. On a number of occasions, he had come back thinking, enough, never. So he was bullied over there, and many a time and oft he used to say, बस अब मैं वहाँ नहीं जाऊँगा. Now I shall not go over there. The reason was simple, that he could put up with the pranks played by the boys in his school. But when the grown-ups, even middle-aged man, started playing the fool with him, it became too much to bear. See, it was difficult for him to tolerate. People basically used to make fun of him. नॉट ओनली, देखो ये हमेशा से लाइफ में रहता है कि जो शांत रहता है, जो चुप रहता है, जो रिटालिएट नहीं करता है, लोग उसका मजाक उड़ाते हैं. सो बंकू बाबू का मजाक ना ही उनके स्टूडेंट्स उड़ाते थे, बट ऑल्सो जहाँ पे वो फ्रेंड्स के साथ जाते थे वहाँ पे भी इनका सब लोग बहुत ज़्यादा मजाक उड़ाते थे, बुली करते थे. So many a time he used to get really frustrated and used to say, now I am not going over there. अब मैं नहीं जाऊँगा वहाँ पे, जाओ, मुझे नहीं जाना वहाँ पे. At these अड्डाज is a हिंदी वर्ड, राइट. तो ये यहाँ पे उन्होंने हिंदी वर्ड को यहाँ पे इंग्लिश में ले लिया है, कोड मिक्सिंग इसको बोलते हैं. सो बेसिकली अड्डा इज अ प्लेस वेयर पीपल गैदर, चाय अड्डा, पान अड्डा. सो बेसिकली दिस इज द प्लेस जहाँ पे सब लोग मिलते थे. एट दीज अड्डाज दैट श्रीपति बाबू होस्टेड इन द इवनिंग्स, nearly everyone poked fun at Banku Babu. So almost everyone, he was the source of amusement. He was the joker of the entire crowd. So सब लोग Banku Babu का मजाक उड़ाते थे. Sometimes bringing his endurance almost to breaking point. See, his endurance means tolerance capacity, झेलने की क्षमता. So sometimes the mockery used to be so intense that he used to come like, it was his breaking point. Now I cannot tolerate beyond this. बस हो गया, इससे ज़्यादा मैं नहीं झेल सकता हूँ. Only the other day, less than 2 months ago, they were talking about ghosts. So recently what happened, they were just having a normal conversation regarding ghost. Usually Banku Babu kept his mouth shut. वो वहाँ पे जाते तो थे, but he knew कि यार मजाक उड़ाएंगे इसलिए चुप ही रहो, तो वो ज़्यादातर बोलते नहीं थे, इंटरेक्ट नहीं करते थे, कम बोलते थे. That day, for some unknown reason, he opened it and declared that he was not afraid of ghosts. But that day, he himself does not know why. He simply said that no, मुझे तो ghost से डर नहीं लगता है. But it was enough to offer a golden opportunity to the others. See, he was almost mocked by everyone present over there. So now this was a golden opportunity for others. अच्छा, इसने बोला है घोस्ट से डर नहीं लगता, अब बताते हैं. So instantly they made a plan to execute on Banku. On his way back home later that night, Banku was attacked by a spook. Spook is a false ghost. जो झूठा घोस्ट होता है, जनरली लोग वाइट चादर ओढ़ के उस पर पेंट वेंट करके जो अपने आप को प्रेजेंट करते हैं उसको. सो व्हेन ही वाज गोइंग बैक, सडनली ही मेट अ स्पूक. He was passing under a tamarind tree. Tamarind tree means इमली का पेड़. वो इमली के पेड़ के नीचे से जा रहे थे, and suddenly he saw a ghost. A tall, thin figure leapt down and landed on his back. पेड़ से एकदम से कूद के उसके बैक पे आ जाता है वो भूत. As it happened, this apparition had smeared black ink all over itself. Smeared means spread out, cover up. So this was not a white ghost but it was a black ghost जो कि पूरा ऊपर से नीचे तक अपने आप को black ink से smear किया हुआ था, cover up किया था. Possibly at the suggestion of someone at the meeting. It was possible that someone at the meeting, किसी ने मीटिंग में ये प्लान बनाया था. ओ बंकू बाबू को आज अच्छा घोस्ट से नहीं डर लगता, अभी बताते हैं. Banku Babu was not frightened. He was injured. He was not frightened, but of course, इतना कोई heavy इंसान कूदेगा उसके सर पे, उसके पीठ पे, तो उसको इंजरी हो गई थी. For 3 days, his neck ached. Ached means pained. His new kurta was torn and it had black stains all over. और सबसे बुरी बात क्या थी? उसका जो नया कुर्ता था वो फट गया था और उसमें सब ब्लैक इंक के स्पॉट लग गए थे. वो जो भूत ने अपने आप को ब्लैक इंक से स्मेयर किया था वो कुर्ता में लग गए थे. What kind of a joke was this? He was agitated. He was irritated. ये कैसा joke था? Even so, Banku Babu had to come to these meetings. If he did not, what would Shripati Babu think? See, Banku Babu, although he did not want to come to these kind of meetings, but Shripati Babu, he was senior, so करना पड़ता है वाली condition थी, इसलिए वो जाते थे. Not only was he a very important man in the school committee and in the village, but he could not do without Banku Babu. Shripati Babu was an important man in the school committee as well as in the village, and जाहिर सी बात है बंकू बाबू के बिना उनका काम नहीं चलता था. क्यों? Who could provide amusement to all? See, Banku Babu was again the entire lot का जोकर था. So Banku Babu was a source of entertainment for everyone. So everyone needed Banku Babu. उस पे जोक करना है, वो नहीं आया है तो किस पे मजाक करेंगे. On one particular day, the topic of conversation was space. In other words, they were talking of spaceships and space travel. तो एक दिन क्या होता है, ये लोग spaceship, space travel के बारे में बात कर रहे थे. Soon after sunset, a moving point of light had been seen in the northern sky. After sunset, एक moving light जो थी वो northern sky में दिखाई देती है. A similar light was seen 3 months ago, which had led to much speculation. Speculation means doubt when we are not certain about something. So अभी 3 months ago इसी तरह की lights देखी गई थी and people were not sure कि what was that. In the end, it had turned out to be a Russian satellite called Khotka, or was it Poska? Some kind of Khotka, Poska, कोई Russian satellite थी वो दिखाई थी शायद. Anyway, this satellite was supposed to be going round the earth at a height of 400 miles and providing a lot of valuable information to scientists. इस तरह की satellites तो बहुत सारी निकलती हैं और बहुत सारी information scientist को देते हैं. That particular evening, Banku Babu was the first to spot these strange light. Then he called Nidhu Babu, again another friend, and showed it to him. तो इनको एक बार एक particular कुछ light दिखाई देती है, strange light दिखाई देती है, तो वो अपने companion को बताते हैं, निधु बाबू को, कि देखो देखो वहाँ पे कुछ light है. However, when he arrived at the meeting, he found that Nidhu Babu had coolly claimed all full credit for being the first person to see it and was boasting a great deal about it. सो निधु बाबू ने सारा क्रेडिट खुद ही ले लिया था. मैंने देखी थी वो लाइट, वो ऐसी थी, वो वैसी थी, और सारा क्रेडिट खुद ही लेके उसके बारे में बोस्ट कर रहे थे. चलो कोई बात नहीं. बंकू बाबू सेड नथिंग. ही डिड नॉट वांट टू इंटरवीन और से नहीं मैंने देखी थी, मैंने दिखाई थी. वो क्लैरिफाई नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि फिर उनका मजाक बनता तो वो चुप ही रहते हैं. No one in the group knew much about satellites, but that did not stop them from offering their views. This is very common. लोगों को किसी के बारे में पता हो ना पता हो बोलना ज़रूरी है. तो people were just busy talking about satellites, although they did not know anything about it. Said Chandi Babu, somebody sees a point of light in some obscure corner of the sky and the press gets all excited about it. All humbug. So यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे हैं चंदी बाबू? अरे हल्की सी कोई लाइट अगर दिख जाती, ऑब्सक्योर मीन्स नॉट क्लियर, नॉट वेल नोन. सो अगर कॉर्नर ऑफ द स्काई में भी कहीं पे भी एक लाइट दिख जाती है तो जो मीडिया होती है, प्रेस होती है, मीडिया बिकम्स वेरी वेरी एक्साइटेड. इट्स ऑल नॉनसेंस, कुछ भी नहीं है, फर्जी उसके बारे में इतना ज़्यादा तमाशा करते हैं. राम कनाई countered this remark. He was still young. No. It may not be any of us here. It is a human achievement. Surely a great achievement at that. Okay. Maybe हम लोग में से कोई नहीं है, but after all, this is a great human achievement, huh? Well, you would not expect a bunch of monkeys to do that, would you? Of course. Monkeys थोड़ी ना कर पाएंगे, humans ने किया है ना. So this is actually an achievement for human being. All right, said Nidhu Babu, let's not talk of satellites. After all, it's just a machine going round the earth. They say, no different from a spinning top. स्पिनिंग टॉप लट्टू जो होता है. सो वही वो कहते हैं, ठीक है, लेट्स नॉट टॉक अबाउट सैटेलाइट, आफ्टर ऑल इट्स जस्ट अ मशीन. क्या उसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, एक लट्टू की तरह ही तो होता है वो. A top would start spinning if you got it going, or a fan would start to rotate if you pressed a switch. See, it's just like a fan. Switch on करोगे, rotate करेगा, वैसे ही satellite होता है. A satellite is the same, but think of a rocket that can be dismissed so easily. Can't it? यार ये क्या तुम लोग सैटेलाइट के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, रॉकेट को देखो कितना जूम करके निकल जाता है. Chandi Babu wringed his nose. A rocket? Okay. Why? What's good is a rocket? Rocket किस काम का होता है? All right. If one was made here in our country, took off from the Medan in Calcutta, and we could go and buy tickets to watch the show, then that would be nice. But see, entertainment show क्यों से बोल रहे हैं? रॉकेट अगर यहाँ पे होता, मैदान में होता, हम लोग को जाके देखने का मौका मिलता कैसे वो टेक ऑफ करता है, तो भी कुछ entertainment होता है. You are right. Ramkanai agreed. A rocket has no meaning for us here in this village. हाँ, इस village में रखा ही क्या है, यहाँ पे तो rocket ना satellite कुछ नहीं होना है. Bhairav Chakravarti spoke next. Suppose some creature from a different planet arrived on Earth. अच्छा, मान लो कोई alien आ गया, कोई बाहर का creature Earth पे आ गया. So what? Even if it did, you and I would never be able to see it. अरे आएगा भी तो why will it come to this small village? Of course, अगर कोई alien आता भी है तो कोई बड़े बड़े शहरों में जाएगा, इस छोटी सी जगह थोड़ी ना आएगा. हम और तुम में तो कभी नहीं देख पाएंगे. Yes, that is true enough. Yes, that is absolutely true. Everyone turned their attention to their cup of tea. So now these things were very common, so they started drinking their tea. There did not seem to be anything left to be said. सारी बातें हो चुकी थी, कुछ बचा ही नहीं था बोलने के लिए. After a few moments of silence, Banku Babu cleared his throat and said gently, suppose they came here. So Banku Babu, after a few moments of silence, he said, by chance, alien, if they come over here, then what will happen? Nandu Babu feigned total amazement. Feign means pretended. Oh my God, Banku is speaking. Hey, Bankum wants to say something. What did you say, Bankum? Who's going to come here? Where from? So he is just pretending. He's just showing. Oh my God, ये भी कुछ बोल सकता है. कौन आने वाला है? कहाँ से आने वाला है? Again, they are just making fun. He's actually teasing. See, by the word Bankum, we can also see that he's again teasing Bonku. As he did so often, Bhairav Chakravarti slapped Bonku's back loudly and rudely, grinned and said, grin matlab a wicked smile. Bravo, what a thing to say. Where is a creature from another planet going to land? देखो हम लोग के हर स्कूल में एक ऐसा बंदा होता है ना, जो कोई भी होता है आके टन से मार के चला जाता है. तो वैसे ही ये बंकू बाबू भी थे. भैरव चक्रवर्ती उठते हैं, loudly and rudely he simply grinned and said, वाह वाह क्या बात है. Where is a creature from another planet going to land? कहाँ आएगा भैया, कहाँ आएगा, यहाँ आने वाला है क्या? Not Moscow, not London, not New York, not even Calcutta, but here in Kurgachi. बड़े बड़े शहर में नहीं आएगा, यहाँ कानपुर गाची में आएगा. You do think big, Bankum, don't you? कुछ ज़्यादा ही बड़ा नहीं सोच रहे Bankum, है ना? Bankum felt silent. वो चुप हो जाता है, क्या बोले भाई? But several questions rose in his mind. लेकिन उसके दिमाग में बहुत सारे questions चल रहे थे. Was it really possible? Is it really possible for an alien to come down to this small village? If an alien had to visit the earth, would it really matter where it arrived first? See, alien के लिए तो everything is just new. वो तो कहीं पे भी आ सकता है. वो क्यों बड़े बड़े शहरों में जाएगा? वो तो छोटे से शहर में भी आ सकता है. उसको तो पता ही नहीं है. At first, it might not aim to go straight to any other part of the world. क्या ऐसा ज़रूरी है कि वो any other part of the world में जाए? क्या वो यहाँ नहीं आ सकता? Is there no possibility that alien can come to this place also? All right, it was highly unlikely that such a thing would happen in Kankurgachi village, but who was to say for sure that it could not happen at all? See, yes, the fact is कि ये जो chances हैं थोड़े कम हैं कि कानकुरगाची जैसे small village में alien आए, but कोई ये deny भी नहीं कर सकता है कि this is not possible at all. Of course this is possible. Why? Because for alien every place on this earth is just the same. They do not know which part is USA or which part is London. Shiripati Babu was silent so far. So Shiripati Babu abhi tak bilkul shant the. He wasn't speaking anything. Now, as he shifted in his seat, everyone looked at him. Everyone started looking at him. Huh? He put his cap down and spoke knowledgeably in order to show कि हम बहुत knowledgeable हैं. अब वो बोलते हैं बहुत ही ध्यान से. Look, if someone from a different planet does come to Earth, I can assure you that he will not come to this God-forsaken place. See, even God has forsaken this place. Even God will never come down to this place. This place has no entertainment. This place is so useless. This place is so barren that even God will never come to this place. Leave about aliens, right? Those aliens are no fools. Aliens are very intelligent person. They will not come down to this isolated barren place. It is my belief that they are sahibs. Sahibs means officers, high rank people. And they will land in some western countries where all the sahibs live. Understand? बाहर कंट्री में, यूएस में, लंदन में, जहाँ पे बड़े लोग रहते हैं. एलियंस वहाँ जाएंगे. यहाँ जैसे हम लोग के पास गांव जैसे एरिया में क्यों आएंगे भाई? Everyone agreed with the sole exception of Banku Babu. Bonku Babu did not agree to this fact. Sole means except, only. So the only exception was Bonku Babu. He did not agree with Shripati Babu's thought. Chandi Babu decided to take things a bit further. So Chandi Babu थोड़ा सा एक स्टेप अहेड जाते हैं. He nudged Nidhu Babu silently. Nudged means to poke something like this. Pointed at Banku Babu and spoke innocently. Why? I think Bonku is quite right. Isn't it natural that aliens should want to come to this place where there's a man like our Bonkum Bihari? अच्छा, Bonku Bihari again. उनको यहाँ पे फिर से टॉन्ट करें. अरे क्यों नहीं एलियंस यहाँ पे आएंगे? अरे हमारे बोंकू बिहारी जैसे लोग हैं यहाँ पे, क्यों नहीं कोई भी एलियन यहाँ पे आना चाहेगा? इफ दे वांटेड टू टेक अ ह्यूमन स्पेसिमेन, कुड दे फाइंड एनीथिंग बेटर? अगेन दे आर बुलिंग हिम. अगर कोई ह्यूमन स्पेसिमेन चाहिए तो बोंकू बिहारी से कोई बेटर स्पेसिमेन है क्या? अरे एलियन तो यहीं आएंगे बोंकू बिहारी को लेने के लिए. नो, आई डोंट थिंक सो. Nidhu Babu joined in. Consider his looks, not to mention his brains. Yes, Bonkum would be an ideal specimen. नहीं, उसकी looks ह्यूमन फॉर्म में, दिमाग उसका तो बिल्कुल भी ह्यूमन फॉर्म में नहीं है. तो हाँ, अगर लुक्स के बेसिस पे वो लेने आएंगे तो हाँ, बोंकू को ले जा सकते हैं. Right. Suitable for keeping in museum. Yes, he is absolutely perfect to be kept in museum or a zoo. Ram Kanai chipped in. He has been compared to an animal. Bankum has been compared to an animal over here, to be kept in a zoo or a museum. So people did not even think that he is a human. He was insulted just the way one insults an animal. Bonku Babu did not reply, but wondered silently. If anyone were to actually look for a specimen, weren't the others just as suitable? वो बोलता तो नहीं है, मन में सोचता है, यार ये लोग भी कुछ कम तो नहीं लग रहे हैं, ये लोग भी स्पेसिमेन के लिए काफ़ी परफेक्ट हैं. लुक, यहाँ पे सिमिलीज यूज हुई हैं. लुक एट श्रीपति बाबू. हिज चिन वॉज सो मच लाइक एन कैमल्स. कैमल का चिन जो होता है वो आगे की तरफ निकला होता है. श्रीपति बाबू ऑल्सो लुक्स लाइक अ कैमल. एंड द भैरव चक्रवर्ती, हिज आईज वर लाइक द आईज ऑफ टॉर्टिस. टॉर्टिस जैसी आंखें हैं इसकी. तो सब सिमिली है, कंपैरिजन है. निधु बाबू लुक लाइक अ रैट. निधु बाबू की शक्ल तो रैट से मिलती है यार. राम कनाई लाइक अ गोट. इसकी शक्ल राम कनाई की तो गोट से मिलती है. एंड चंदू बाबू लाइक अ फ्लिटर माउस. इफ अ जू रियली हैड टू बी फिल्ड अप, तो यहाँ पे ये मन ही मन में सोच रहा है, अगर जू को फिल ही करना है तो आई थिंक ऑल दीज पीपल विल बी डेफिनेटली सूटेबल टू बी पुट इन द जू. वो मन में सोच रहा है लेकिन बोल नहीं रहा है. Tears sprang to his eyes. Bonku Babu had come to the meeting hoping for once to enjoy himself. That was clearly not to be. See, now, एक limit के beyond, उनका patience जवाब दे जाता है. He could not tolerate it beyond that. He was feeling really insulted. He generally used to come to these meetings so that he could get entertainment and he could enjoy himself. But here, it was clearly for sure that entertainment, he was actually the entertainment. He could not stay here any longer. He got to his feet. अब इससे ज़्यादा वो अपनी बेइज्जती नहीं करा सकते थे और वो उठ के वहाँ से चले जाते हैं. वो झेल नहीं पा रहे थे. Take care, Bonkuda, warned Ram Kanai. It's a moonless night. Remember, moonless night हिंदी में अमावस्या की रात कहते हैं. So remember, जनरली ये हम लोग की मिथ्स हैं या हम कह सकते हैं सुपरस्टिशंस हैं कि अमावस्या की रात को भूत आते हैं. तो वही वो उसको डरा रहा है. इट्स अ मूनलेस नाइट. Remember, and it is a Saturday, again superstition. Saturday and moonless night is supposed to be the night for the ghosts. Very auspicious for ghosts and spook spirits. Everyone howled with the delighted laughter. कस कस के सब हंसने लगते हैं. Ha 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 ha. Bonku Babu was not carrying a torch or a lantern. So he wasn't carrying either the torch or the lantern. There was no need of it. He never required it. It was too cold for snakes to be out and about, and he knew his way very well. Snake का season नहीं था, बहुत ठंडी हो चुकी थी. Snakes generally इतने ठंड में बाहर नहीं निकलते, and he knew his way back home pretty well. Normally, not many people took his route, but it meant a shortcut for him. Generally, जिस रास्ते से वो जाता था, लोग उस रास्ते को avoid करते थे, but वो इसलिए जाते थे because it was a shortcut for him. In the last few minutes, he had become aware of something unusual. At first, he could not put his finger to it. Something unusual, something canny, something different was actually occurring with him last few minutes mein. He could not put his finger to it. Somehow, things were different tonight. Something was strange tonight. What was wrong? What was missing? क्या गड़बड़ था? क्या miss हो रहा था? Initially, he was not able to make out. Suddenly he realized what it was. Suddenly वो देखते हैं कि ये क्या चीज़ मिसिंग है. आज कुछ रात में कुछ तो डिफरेंस है. It was not like the usual nights. The crickets were silent. Crickets जो होते हैं ये nocturnal animals होते हैं जो झिंगू टाइप करके रात में बहुत ही हाई पिच साउंड पे आवाज़ करते हैं. उनकी आवाज़ आज मिसिंग थी. Not one was chirping. Not even one single cricket sound could be heard. Today, there was only an eerie silence. Eerie means strange, scary kind of a silence. What had happened to all the crickets? Were they all asleep? So, Banku Babu is just thinking, कहाँ गया सारे क्रिकेट्स? ये झुंगुर की आवाज़ें क्यों नहीं आ रही हैं? सब सो रहे हैं क्या? ये आवाज़ें क्यों नहीं आ रही हैं? Puzzled, Banku Babu walked another 20 yards and then he suddenly saw the light. अच्छा, वो confused है. He's just thinking about those sound. Suddenly, Banku Babu थोड़ा सा आगे चलते हैं and he saw a bright light. At first, he thought that a fire had broken out. So early forest में जा रहे हैं, इतनी bright light generally forest fire की वजह से होती है, तो उनको लगता है कि शायद forest fire है. Bang! In the middle of Poncha Ghosh bamboo grove. In the clearing near a small pond, quite a large area was glowing pink. कोई इनके अगेन कंपेनियन रहेंगे पौंचा घोष. उनका जो बैम्बू ग्रूव था वहाँ पे कुछ ब्राइट पिंक कलर से कुछ ग्लो कर रहा था, कुछ लाइट निकल रही थी, कुछ लाइट इमिट कर रहा था, कोई चीज़ था. A dull light shone on every branch and every leaf. Down below the ground behind the pond was lit by a much stronger pink light. पीछे लीव्स में भी हल्की हल्की पिंक लाइट थी, ग्राउंड पे भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा ब्राइट लाइट थी. बट इट वॉज नॉट अ फायर, फॉर इट वॉज स्टिल. सी फायर्स जो होती हैं वो फ्लिकर करती हैं, ऐसे 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 फ्लिकर करती है जो फ्लेम्स होती हैं फायर की. बट दिस लाइट वॉज नॉट फ्लिकरिंग, इट वॉज एब्सोल्यूटली स्टिल. Bonku Babu kept moving. Bonku Babu just wanted to see what was it. वो उसके पास जाते हैं. All at once, his ear began ringing. He felt as if someone was humming loudly. ऐसी कुछ उनको आवाज़ फील होती है. A long, steady noise. There was no way he could stop it. So, उनके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं था. ये आवाज़ वो बंद नहीं कर पा रहे थे. It was a sound which was coming to him forcefully. काफ़ी तेज़ी से कान में उनके आ रही थी. Bonku Babu broke out into the goose pimples. Goose pimples means goose bumps. जब हम लोग को ठंड लगती है या बहुत ज़्यादा डर लगता है तो ये जो स्पोर्स हमारे नहीं खड़े खड़े बाल हो जाते हैं, वैसे बोला होता है. But an irrepressible curiosity drove him further forward. But he was full of energy. He wanted to explore. ये आवाज़ आ कहाँ से रही है, ये लाइट कहाँ से जल रही है. Out of curiosity वो आगे बढ़ते जाते हैं. As he went past a cluster of bamboo stems, an object came into view. Cluster means group. खूब सारे वहाँ पे bamboo stems थे. जब वो उसके पास जाते हैं तो कुछ object उनको दिखाई देता है. It looked like a giant glass bowl turned upside down. It was a glass bowl जो कि उल्टा था, a kind of a dome. वो उल्टा glass bowl जैसा लग रहा था. Covering the pond completely. Pond was absolutely covered. It was through this translucent shade that a strong yet gentle pink light was shining out. Translucent होता है जो बिल्कुल ट्रांसपेरेंट भी नहीं है, पूरी लाइट अंदर का दिखाई भी नहीं दे रहा, लेकिन अंदर से हल्का हल्का सा बस लाइट पिंक कलर की बाहर विजिबल हो रही थी. to turn the whole area radiant. Like around जो उस डोम के अराउंड जो भी एरिया था वो सब कुछ पिंक से ब्राइटली लाइट से शाइन कर रहा था. He took a few steps to get a better look. पास जाने की कोशिश करता है, बेटर लुक उसको लेने की कोशिश करता है, बट सडनली फेल्ट एज इफ एन इलेक्ट्रिक करंट हैड पास थ्रू हिज बॉडी. जब वो पास जाता है तो एकदम से ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट मेरी उसकी बॉडी में कुछ फील होता है, एकदम से झटका सा लगता है. In the next instant, he was rendered completely immobile. Next moment, he was not able to move also. बिल्कुल जकड़ लिया जाता है किसी चीज से. His hands and feet were tied with an invisible rope. He was stiff. He was not able to move. His hands, his legs, they were all stiff. हिल भी नहीं पा रहा है वो बिल्कुल भी. There was no strength left in his body. He felt weak. He could not just move on his own. He could neither move forward nor backward. Now वो बैक भी जा पा रहा था ना आगे जा पा रहा था. वो जहाँ पे था बस वहीं पे स्टिल खड़ा था. A few moments later, Banku Babu, still fixed stiffly at the same spot, saw that the object had gradually stopped breathing. Actually मैं object breathe नहीं कर रहा था. Object, there was a slight movement in the object. When we breathe, there is a movement. So now the object was still. There was no movement in the object. So breathing को compare किया गया है. All at once his ears ceased ringing and the humming stopped. जो continuous आवाज़ आ रही थी वो भी एकदम से block हो जाती है. कोई आवाज़ नहीं आती है. वो जो movement था वो भी रुक जाता है. A second later a voice spoke, shattering the silence of the night. So suddenly he hears some kind of voice which breaks the silence of the night. It sounded human but was extraordinarily thin. Human की आवाज़ तो थी लेकिन बड़ी पतली सी आवाज़ थी. Millipede a crook, millipede a crook. It said loudly. वो कस कस के कुछ बोल रहा था. Banku Babu jumped a little. What did it mean? Banku Babu एकदम से सुन के आवाज़. He becomes a bit scared. Oh my God, what is he saying? What language was this? किस language में वो बोल रहा है मुझसे? वो मुझसे कुछ communicate करना चाहता है? And where was the speaker? He could not see the speaker. This voice was coming, but the speaker was not visible. The next words the voice spoke made his heart jump again. Earlier he jumped, now his heart also jumped. Hey Bhagwan, what is this? Who are you? Who are you? This was the voice which was coming from that dome thing. Why? These were English words. Was the question addressed to him? So Banku Babu becomes confused. ये तो इंग्लिश में बोल रहे हैं. क्या ये क्वेश्चन मुझसे एड्रेस किया गया है? Banku Babu swallowed. He becomes scared. I am Banku Bihari Datta, sir. Banku Bihari Datta, he replied. So Banku gives his introduction. My name is Banku Bihari Datta, sir. Are you English? Are you English? The voice went on. No, sir. Banku Babu shouted back. Bengali, sir. Bengali, sir. Like, are you from England? Do you speak English? So, no, sir. Bengali. I'm from Bengal. This was followed by a short pause. He takes some time to process Bengali language. Then a voice came back speaking clearly. Namaskar. So, after a few seconds, when the thing was able to process the language, उधर से आवाज आती है नमस्कार. Banku Babu heaved a sigh of relief. He took a deep breath, a sigh of relief, and returned the greeting. Namaskar, he said, suddenly realizing that the invisible bonds that were holding him tightly had disappeared. Remember, he was not able to move. तो ऐसा जो invisible bond था जो उसको hold किया हुआ था वो suddenly realize करता है कि वो bond break हो चुका है. अब वो हिल सकता है, move कर सकता है. He was free to run away, but he did not. He was absolutely free. If he wanted, he could easily run away, but वो भागता नहीं है. Now, his astounded means shocked, surprised, eyes could see that a portion of the glass mount was sliding to one side, opening like a door. So वो जो dome था उसका एक side का portion वो ऐसे slide हो रहा था और वो door की तरह open हो रहा था. Through that door emerged a head like a plain smooth ball. So उस डोम में से एक कुछ हेड जैसा निकलता है. इट वॉज प्लेन स्मूथ बॉल एंड देन द बॉडी ऑफ अ वियर्ड क्रीचर एंड देन एक क्रीचर निकलता है. अगेन हम लोग भी एलियन जब भी हम लोग इमेजिन करते हैं तो कुछ ना कुछ स्ट्रेंज बनाते हैं. समथिंग विच आर नॉट क्वाइट सिमिलर टू ह्यूमन. तो वो एक अजीब सा वियर्ड स्ट्रेंज सा क्रीचर निकलता है. कैसा होता है? Its arms and legs were amazingly thin. बहुत ही पतले पतले हाथ लेग्स थे. with the exception of its head. Head उसका बिल्कुल exception था. कैसे? Its whole body was covered by a shiny pink outfit. पूरी body पे that alien was wearing some kind of shiny and pink colored outfit, dress. Instead of ears, it had tiny holes on each side of its head. Ears की जगह सिर्फ holes थे side of the head पे. On the face were two holes where there should have been a nose. Nose की जगह भी सिर्फ holes थे, कोई अलग से इस तरह की nose नहीं थी. And another gaping hole instead of a mouth. Gaping means opening. So there was again no mouth, just like ours, lips or something like that. It was just an opening. There was no sign of hair anywhere. उनके बाल वाल कुछ नहीं थे हम लोग की तरह. Its eyes were round and bright yellow. Eyes were round and they were bright yellow in color. They appeared to be glowing in the dark, and the eyes were like the eyes of cat, right? So the eyes were appearing to be glowing in the dark. The creature walked slowly towards Banku Babu. So the creature started walking slowly and steadily towards Banku Babu and stopped only a few feet away. थोड़ी ही दूर पे वो रुक जाता है. Then it gave him a steady, unblinking stare. Unblinking without blinking. Right. Automatically, Banku Babu found himself folding his hands. Banku Babu, he folds his hands. हाथ जोड़ते हैं. Having stared at him for nearly a minute, it spoke in the same voice that sounded more like a flute than anything else. Are you a human? Again, very shrill, high-pitched sound पे वो पूछते हैं, Are you human? Yes. Is this Earth? Yes. I thought as much. मुझे भी लग रहा था मैं अर्थ पे आ गया हूँ. My instruments are not working properly. So this was said by the alien. Alien tells Banku Babu that he was supposed to go somewhere else, but by chance his instruments were not working properly. उसकी जो spaceship है वो सही से work नहीं कर रहे थे उसके instruments. I was supposed to go to Pluto. So he was supposed to go to Pluto planet rather than coming on Earth. I wasn't sure where I had landed, so I spoke to you first in the language they use on Pluto. I wasn't sure कि whether this is Earth or whether this is Pluto. So मैं वो language में बात कर रहा था जो कि Pluto पे बोली जाती है. When you did not reply, I could tell I had landed on Earth. जब आप वो लैंग्वेज नहीं समझ पाए, आपने उस लैंग्वेज में रिप्लाई नहीं किया, then I understood that I had actually landed on Earth. A complete waste of time and efforts of 4 यार, पूरा टाइम वेस्ट हो गया, पूरे एफर्ट्स भी वेस्ट हो गए. It happened once before. Instead of going to Mars, I veered off and went to Jupiter. एक बार और मेरे साथ हो चुका है. I wanted to go to Mars, but somehow I changed my direction and I went to Jupiter. Veered off means changed direction. Delayed me a whole day. It did. Okay, so it is the calculation from like their calculation of the day is quite different from ours. So वो बता रहा है, पता है मुझे मार्स जाना था, पूरा मुझे कहीं और में पहुंच गया, मैं जुपिटर चला गया, पूरा एक दिन का मेरा वेस्टेज हो गया. Bonku Babu did not know what to say. He was blank. He was shocked. He was amazed. He did not know what to say, how to respond. He was feeling quite uncomfortable, for the creature had reached out and was examining Banku Babu's arms and legs with its long bony fingers. ऐसे उठा के इनके देख रहा था, ऐसे ये क्या है अपनी लॉन्ग बोनी फिंगर से बंकू बाबू के हाथ लेग सब एग्जामिन कर रहा था. When it finished, it introduced itself. जब उसने examination पूरा बंकू बाबू का physical examination कर लिया तो वो बोलता है, I am Ang from the planet Cranus, a far superior being than man. See, so he gives his introduction that I come from planet Cranus, and that planet is far more superior where humans belong to. What? This creature, barely 4 feet tall, with such thin limbs and weird face, was superior to man. See, दिस इज आर ह्यूमन थिंकिंग. कोई देखने में नहीं अच्छा है तो वो इंटेलिजेंट नहीं हो सकता. ये हम लोग की थिंकिंग है. फिजिकल अपीयरेंस डज मैटर अ लॉट. तो इसको लगता है छी 4 फीट टॉल, इतना थिन लिम्स, हाथ पैर इतने दुबले पतले, वियर्ड फेस, ये कैसे सुपीरियर हो सकता है ह्यूमंस से. Bonku Babu nearly burst out laughing. How can you be superior to us? Ang read his mind immediately. They were actually quite superior to humans. वो mind reading कर ले रहे थे. तो Ang ने Banku Babu का mind read कर लिया. There is no need to be so spectacle. There is no need to be so doubtful. I can prove it. How many languages do you know? मैं prove कर सकता हूँ that we are far more superior than you people. Bonku Babu scratched his head. Bengali, English, and Hindi. A little, I mean, you mean 2.5 language? So, Ang says, मतलब तुम 2.5 language बोल लेते हो? Yes, I know 14,000 language. There isn't a single language in our solar system that I do not know. हमारे solar system में जितनी languages है ना, हम सब जानते हैं. I also know 31 languages spoken on the planet outside your solar system. हमें तो बस अपनी सोलर सिस्टम के बारे में ही नहीं, बल्कि जो 14 लैंग्वेजेस हैं, 31 लैंग्वेजेस हैं जो कि आउटसाइड सोलर सिस्टम बोली जाती हैं, मुझे वो भी आती हैं. I have been to 25 of them. How old are you? मैं 25 other solar system में भी जा चुका हूँ. And he inquires, how old are you? What is your age? I am 50. बंकू बोलते हैं. I am 833. मेरी एज 833 years है. Do you eat animals? तुम animals खाते हो तुम लोग? Banku Babu had mutton curry only recently on the day of Kali Puja. भाई बंगाली हैं. They generally eat non-veg. तो वो कैसे deny कर सकते हैं? कहते हाँ यार अभी तो मैंने खाया है. How could he deny it? We stopped eating meat several centuries ago, Ang informed him. लेकिन हम लोग अब मीट वीट नहीं खाते. हम लोग ने बहुत पहले several centuries ago ही मीट वीट खाना बंद कर दिया है. Before that, we used to eat flesh of most creatures. I might have also eaten you. So he's actually threatening. Before that, we used to eat all the kind of creatures. Maybe मैं तुमको भी खा चुका होता. Banku Babu swallowed hard. Again, he is trying to digest whatever is being said to him. Take a look at this. Ang offered him a small object. It looked like a pebble. So Ang जो है वो उसको कुछ छोटा छोटा सा pebble जैसा दिखाता है. Look at this. Banku Babu touched it for an instant. For a moment he touched it and felt the same electric current pass through his body. He withdrew his hand at once. When he was trying to move एकदम से उसको कुछ electric current सा feel होता है. तो वही electric current इसको फिर से feel होता है जब वो उस pebble जैसे चीज़ को छूने की कोशिश करता है. He simply removes his hands immediately. Ang smiled. A little while ago, you could not move an inch. Do you know why? It was because I had this little thing in my hand. It would stop anyone from getting closer. Nothing can be more effective than this in making an enemy utterly powerless without actually hurting him physically. So Ang is telling बंकू बाबू कि पता ये क्या है, ये मेरे पास एक ऐसा गैजेट है जिससे मैं किसी भी अपने एनिमी को पावरलेस कर सकता हूँ, यूजलेस कर सकता हूँ. कैसे? उसको मैं बिल्कुल फ्रीज कर लूँगा. वो हिल नहीं पाएगा, वो कहीं पे भी मूव नहीं कर पाएगा और मैं बिना फिजिकली हर्ट करे मैं ईजिली कहीं पे भी जीत सकता हूँ. Now Banku Babu was genuinely taken aback. He was shocked. Why? इतना भी प्रोग्रेस कोई कर सकता है? His mind was coming out of its stunned state, shocked state. बिल्कुल blank, shocked state है. Oh my God, what is this happening? Ang said, is there any place that you have wished to visit or a scene that you have longed to see but never could? So वो पूछते हैं, ये बताओ इस अर्थ पे कोई ऐसी जगह है जो तुम जाना चाहते हो, you have always wished to go but by chance नहीं जा पाए हो, कोई ऐसी जगह है? Banku Babu thought, why? The whole world remained to be seen. See, so Banku Babu had never been to any place, right? He taught geography, but what had he seen except a few villages and towns in Bengal? He had never been out of Bengal. वो भी बंगाल भी उसने पूरा नहीं एक्सप्लोर किया है. कुछ टाउन्स, कुछ विलेजेस, हार्डली a few things he must have seen. There was so much in Bengal itself that he had never had the chance to see. Even Bengal had not been completely explored by Bonku Babu. The snow-capped Himalayas, the seashores in Digha, the forest in the Sundarbans, or even that famous banyan tree in the botanical garden of Shibpur. So everything was actually something new for Bonku Babu. He was never able to see anything beyond Bengal, few places of Bengal. However, he mentioned none of these thoughts to Ang. लेकिन वो ये सब नहीं बताता है कि यार मैं तो कहीं गया ही नहीं हूँ, मुझे तो बहुत कुछ देखना है. वो क्या कहता है? There is so much I would like to see, he finally admitted. But there are so many things I would like to see. But most of all, I would wish to see the North Pole. The most important, everyone has one wish, right? तो वही वो कहता है यार मैं नॉर्थ पोल देखना चाहता हूँ. I come from a warm country, you see. So देखो, India is a warm country. I would love to see how people live in the North Pole. यहाँ पे इतना ठंड रहती है, मैं वो देखना चाहता हूँ. And took out a small tube, one end of which was covered by a piece of glass, kind of a वो जो telescope type होता है तो वो कुछ निकालता है, something like that निकालता है. Take a look through this, देखो इससे. Ang invited and Bonku Babu को invite करता है कि आओ इसके through देखो. Bonku Babu peered through the glass and felt all his hair rise, shock. ओ माय गॉड, सारे बाल खड़े हो जाते हैं जब वो उससे देखते हैं. Could this be true? क्या ये इंस्ट्रूमेंट सच हो सकता है? Could he really believe his eyes? क्या वो सच में जो देख रहा है, is that really true? Before him stretched an endless expanse of snow. Oh my god, there was snow all around. There was endless land of snow, dotted with large hillocks, all covered with snow and ice. Everything was covered with snow, with ice above him. Against a deep blue sky, all the colors of rainbow were forming different patterns, changing every sound. Aurora borealis. What was that? An igloo. So there were different things. Aurora borealis northern lights को बोलते हैं, जिसमें वहाँ पे pink, red, green color की lights sky में दिखाई देती हैं. These are generally seen at the poles. तो यहाँ पे he was able to see those aurora borealis. He was able to see an igloo. These are things which he used to teach his students in the books only, and now he was seeing everything in reality. There was a group of polar bears. Wait, there was another animal, a strange, a peculiar creature. Yes, it was a walrus. See, walrus and all these are not to be seen like here in India. They are something very unique for us. He saw something strange, a walrus. There were two of them, in fact, and they were fighting. There were two walrus, they were fighting. Their tusks were blade large as radishes, and they were attacking each other. So walruses have huge tusks just like radish, and they were attacking each other. Streams of bright red blood were flowing on the soft white snow. So while attacking, blood was flowing and it was covering the snow. It was December and Bonku Babu was looking at an area hidden under the layer of snows. Still, he broke out into sweat. See, when you are too excited, you feel sweat, right? So वो जो area देख रहा था, already December time था, ठंड थी, area जो वो देख रहा था, वो layers में स्नो में था, लेकिन फिर भी बंकू बाबू के पूरा स्वेट हो रहा था, just because of his nervousness and excitement. What about Brazil? Don't you wish to go there? Asked Ang. Ang अपना भी point of view देता है. Brazil नहीं जाना चाहोगे? Bonku Babu remembered instantly the piranhas, those deadly carnivorous fishes. Amazing. How did this Ang know what he would like to see? Bonku peered through the tube again. Oh my god, how he knows that what I want to see? फिर Bonku उसके through देखता है, उस tube के through देखता है. He could see a dense forest, only a little scattered sunlight, and crept in through the almost impenetrable foliage. Vegetation. Foliage means vegetation. हैवी फॉरेस्ट है, बहुत हल्की लाइट अंदर जा पा रही है, एक्सट्रीमली डेंसली लाइक फॉरेस्टेड एरिया है. There was a huge tree and hanging from a branch. What was that? Could never ever have imagined the size of that snake. So एक पेड़ से कुछ लटक रहा था. पहले तो उसको लगता है ब्रांच है, देन वो उसको ध्यान से देखते, oh my god, that was not a branch, it was rather a snake. इतना बड़ा स्नेक, इतना बड़ा साइज ऑफ द स्नेक उसने तो कभी इमेजिन भी नहीं किया था. Anaconda, the name flashed through his mind. Yes, he had read about it in an old issue of the National Geographic magazine. See, earlier in those days, they didn't have the facility of National Geographic channels and all. सब कुछ उनको magazines में मिलता था. तो उसने ये चीज़ पढ़ा हुआ था anaconda के बारे में. It was said to be much larger than a python. So anaconda was actually said to be much larger than even a python. Oh, here was a canal, crocodile lined in its bank, sleeping in the sun. One was going to go into the water. Splash! Bonku Babu could almost hear the noise. So he could now see a canal and he could see how crocodiles were lying, and one of the crocodiles just splashed into the water. He could even hear the noise of the splash. With his eyes nearly popping out, Bonku Babu noted that there was virtually no flesh left on the belly of the crocodile. The front portion of the crocodile was almost empty. There wasn't anything on the on the belly of the crocodile. Bones were showing through clearly. All the bones and everything was visible. That means the crocodile was hurt. It must have been attacked. Attacked to the remaining flesh were 5 fish with amazingly sharp teeth and a monstrous appetite. Oh my god. So the piranhas, the South American fishes होती हैं, ये fresh water fish होती हैं जो कि South America में पाई जाती हैं, right? So यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे हैं? These 5 fishes had attacked the crocodile and they were trying to eat the crocodile because they have huge appetite. Bonku Babu could not bear to watch anymore. Oh my god, no, no, I cannot see all these things. His limbs were trembling, his head reeled painfully. He had never seen such kind of things. उसका सर घूम रहा था, हे भगवान, ये मैंने क्या देख लिया है. Now, do you believe that we are superior and wanted to know? Now, will you believe कि हम लोग तुमसे better है? हमारी race जो है, हम लोग तुमसे ज़्यादा far more advanced हैं. Bonku Babu ran his tongue over his parched lips, dried. He was shocked. Yes, oh yes, certainly, of course, he croaked. Oh, yes, yes, he was not able to speak also properly. He was shocked, he was amazed. He had never seen such kind of signs before. Very well, look, I have been observing you. So Ang says, see, I have been observing you and I have examined your arms and legs. और मैंने तुम्हारी काफ़ी देर से देखा है तुमको, तुम्हारे arms और legs भी मैंने examine किया है. You belong to a much inferior species. Human beings are quite inferior to us. हमसे काफ़ी inferior species हैं. There is no doubt about that. इसमें तो कोई शक नहीं है. However, as human beings go, you are not too bad. I mean, you're a good man, but you have a major fault. See, he actually understands. He examines Bonku Babu in that short span of time, and he tells him, you are a good human being, but you have a major fault within you. You are much too meek and mild. You are quite timid. You are pretty weak. That is why you have made so little progress in life. This is the reason why you are not successful in life. This is the reason why, because you are very weak. You are very mild. You accept everything. You must always speak up against injustice. अगर आपके साथ कुछ बुरा हो रहा है, you should always stand up against that and protest if anyone hurts or insults you without any provocation. See, no one needs to be provoked. बोलो बोलो बोलो. अगर आपको लग रहा है कोई injustice आपके साथ कर रहा है, खड़े हो, अपने लिए आप stand लो. To take things quietly is wrong. To accept everything patiently is not good. That is wrong. Not just for man but for any creature anywhere. It's just not for man. Even animals, उनके साथ भी अगर कुछ गलत हो रहा है, even they should take a stand for themselves. तुम कुत्ते की पूंछ पे अगर पैर रख दोगे तुरंत तुम्हें काटेगा. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो अपने लिए स्टैंड नहीं लेगा, वो कहेगा कर लो मेरे साथ. ऐसा नहीं है. Even animals should take a stand for themselves. Anyway, it was nice to have met you, although I wasn't really supposed to be here at this time. चलो bye bye. अच्छा लगा आपसे मिलके. Although मुझे यहाँ पे आना नहीं था, by chance हम लोग की मुलाकात होगी. मुझे अच्छा लगा आपसे मिलके. There is no point in wasting more time on earth. I had better go. So now I don't think I should waste my time over here. I should better go back. Goodbye, Mr. Ang. To have made your... वो बोलने की कोशिश ही कर रहा था, उतनी देर में Ang just निकल लेता है. Bonku could not complete his sentence in less than a second. Almost before he could grasp what was happening, Ang had leapt into his spaceship and had risen over the Ponchas Ghosh bamboo grove. वो कुछ बोल पाता, कुछ कह पाता, उससे पहले ही क्या होता है, वो अपनी spacecraft में बैठता है, spaceship में बैठता है, and it just vanishes. Then he vanished completely. The spaceship actually vanished completely. Bonku Babu realized that the crickets had started chirping again. Bonku Babu realizes suddenly जो silence वहाँ पे थी, एकदम से वो silence खत्म हो जाती है, crickets फिर से chirp करते हैं. It was really quite late. अब बहुत late हो चुका था. Bonku Babu resumed walking towards his home, his mind still in a wondrous haze. He is still not in his senses. Oh my God. Whether I was hallucinating, whether whatever I have seen, this is truth, or whatever is happening, he's still not able to digest it. Slowly, the full implication of the recent events began to sink in. धीरे धीरे he is able to digest. हाँ, ये सच था. ऐसे ऐसे हुआ. मुझे ये चीज़ करना चाहिए. I should take step, like stand for myself. धीरे धीरे everything is actually sinking in. A man. No, it was not a man. It was an Ang had come here from some unknown planet and spoken to him. So now he's able to realize that Ang, he's not man, Ang. And Ang came over here from some unknown planet. He's not able to remember the name of the planet. This again shows his nervousness. उसने बताया था, लेकिन वो इतना nervous था, इतना shock था कि उसको planet का नाम भी नहीं याद रहता है. वो आके उससे बात करता है. How extraordinary. He feels so delighted. Oh my God, मुझसे बात किया. Out of so many humans across this entire globe, उसने सिर्फ मुझसे बात किया. How completely incredible. There were billions and billions of people in the world, but who got the chance to have this wonderful experience? Bonku Bihari Datta, teacher of geography and Bengali, Kankur Gachi विलेज प्राइमरी स्कूल. इमेजिन एक छोटा सा प्राइमरी स्कूल एक विलेज में, वहाँ के ज्योग्राफी टीचर को ये अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है कि वो एक एलियन से बात करे. दिस वाज सो अमेजिंग फॉर हिम. नो वन एल्स फ्रॉम टुडे, एट लीस्ट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर मैटर, ही वाज यूनिक. भले ही किसी चीज़ में वो यूनिक ना हो, इस चीज़ में तो वो पक्का पक्का यूनिक है. इन द होल वर्ल्ड वाइड, पूरे वर्ल्ड में, नो वन हैज़ एवर स्पोकन टू एनी एलियन except Bonku Bihari. Bonku Babu realized that he was no longer walking with a spring in every step. He was actually dancing. He was so delighted. He was so happy that he was actually not walking. He was simply dancing while walking. The next day was Sunday. Everyone had turned up for their usual meeting at Shripati Babu's house. So next day was Sunday. Everyone was there to witness the meetings which were generally held at Shripati Babu's house. There was a report in the local paper about a strange light, but it was only a small report. See, इस तरह की रिपोर्ट्स बहुत कॉमन है, आती रहती हैं. तो एक छोटी सी रिपोर्ट किसी कॉर्नर में न्यूज़पेपर में था कि कोई स्मॉल लाइट देखी गई. The light had been seen by a handful of people in only 2 places in Bengal. It was therefore being put in some category as sightings of flying saucers. So again, वो flying saucers देखे गए या क्या देखा गया, people were not sure what was it. कुछ लोगों ने, handful of people must have seen it. Tonight, Poncha Ghosh was also present at the meeting. So जिनके ग्रूव में वो स्पेस क्राफ्ट जो लैंड किया था, वो भी पर्सन वहाँ पे आए हुए थे. He was talking about his bamboo groove. He was talking something unusual took place in his bamboo groove. क्या हुआ था? All the bamboos around the pond in the middle of the wood had lost their leaves. It was not usual for leaves to drop off in the winter, but for so many plants to become totally bare overnight was certainly a remarkable occurrence. See, वो क्या बता रहे थे कि जो पॉन्ड था जहाँ पे एक्चुअली में स्पेसक्राफ्ट लैंड हुआ था, वहाँ की सारी पत्तियाँ गायब हो चुकी थी. दिस वॉज समथिंग वेरी कैजुअल, दिस वॉज समथिंग वेरी नॉर्मल ड्यूरिंग विंटर सीजन. बट एक साथ एक ही दिन में सारी पत्तियाँ गायब होना, ये नॉर्मल नहीं था. दिस वॉज समथिंग डिफरेंट. Everyone was talking about it when suddenly Bhairav Chakravarti said, "Why is Bonku so late today?" I had noticed Bonku's absence till now. Suddenly Bhairav Chakravarti यहाँ पे notice करते हैं that Bonku is late today. Why is he not there? Everyone stopped talking. So far, no one had noticed Bonku's absence. Everyone stopped talking. एकदम से सबको realization होता है, yes, Bonku is not there. सब कहाँ गया Bonku? I don't think Bonku will show his face here today. Did not he get an earful yesterday when he tried to open his mouth? I think he had already heard a lot from us yesterday. उसको मतलब भर का काफ़ी सुनने को मिल गया था. I don't think आज वो आएगा यहाँ पे. Said Nidhu Babu, no. Shripati Babu sounded concerned. We must have Bonku. Ramkanai, go and see if you can get hold of him. नहीं, हमें Bonku तो चाहिए यार. जाओ देख के आओ रामकनाई, कहाँ है Bonku? जाओ कहीं से ढूंढ के लाओ. Okay, I will go as soon as I have had my tea, replied Ramkanai, and was about to take a sip when Bonku Babu entered the room. रामकनाई कहते हैं, हाँ मैं जा रहा हूँ, चाय पी लूँ, फिनिश कर लूँ, फिर मैं जाता हूँ. उतनी देर में जैसे ही वो सिप लेने जा रहे थे, उसी मोमेंट पे बंकू बाबू रूम में एंटर करते हैं. Not to say entered would be wrong. To say entered would be wrong. It was as if a small hurricane swept inside in guise of a short, dark man, throwing everyone into stunned silence. See, earlier he used to walk like this, dheere dheere chal rahe. Now he was very confident, as if some storm has swept into the room. Very confident, a छोटा सा dark complexion man. इतने confidently वो move करता है, ऐसा लगता है hurricane आ गया है, पूरे उसमें एक तहलका मच गया है. Everyone was like, they were shocked, they were taken aback. उन्होंने कभी भी इतना smart, इतना like confident Bonku को नहीं देखा था. Then it swung into action. Bonku Babu burst into guffaw. Ha, and laughed uproariously for a whole minute. कस के हंसते हैं. The like of which no one had heard before, not even Bonku Babu himself. वो कस के हंसते हैं. ऐसी लाफ तो बोंकू बाबू ने खुद की नहीं सुनी थी. बाकी तो छोड़ो, बाकी तो ऐसे ही सरप्राइज थे. When he could finally stop, he cleared his throat and began speaking. जब वो हंस हंस के normalize होते हैं तब वो clear करते हैं and says, friends, I have great pleasure in telling you that this is the last time you will see me at your meetings. I'm sorry to tell you, मैं आखिरी बार आ रहा हूँ आप लोग की मीटिंग में. I shall not be part of your meeting from now onwards. The only reason I'm here today is simply that I would like to tell you a few truths before I go. मैं सिर्फ आज मीटिंग इसलिए अटेंड कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं जाने से पहले I would like to tell you something which you people should be aware of. Number one, this is for all of you. You all speak a great deal of absolute rubbish. पहला आप सबके लिए, आप लोग सिर्फ और सिर्फ नॉनसेंस बात करते हो. You don't have brains. You talk only rubbish. Only idiot talks of things they don't know anything about. See, idiot people ही सिर्फ उन चीज़ों के बारे में बात करते हैं जिनको उसके बारे में पता नहीं होता. और आप लोग सिर्फ उन चीज़ों के बारे में बात करते हो जो आपको जिसके बारे में पता नहीं होता. So you people are no less than idiots. Number two, this is for Chandi Babu. At your age, hiding other people's shoe and umbrellas is just not childish, but total stupid and wrong. Again, प्रैंक खेला होगा बंकू बाबू के साथ. बंकू बाबू के साथ उन्होंने कुछ ना कुछ पहले अर्लियर टाइम में कुछ मजाक किया होगा. उनकी शूज़ छुपा दिए होंगे, अम्ब्रेला छुपा दिया होगा. तो वही वो कह रहे हैं कि सी, you are such a mature man, and at your age if you are hiding other person's shoes or umbrella, this is not humorous, right? But stupid. Kindly return my umbrella and brown canvas shoes to my house tomorrow. कल घर पे पहुंचा दीजिएगा मेरे जूते और umbrella. समझे आप? निधु बाबू, if you call me Bankum, I shall call you Nitwit. मेरा मजाक मत उड़ाओ. तुम उड़ा सकते हो तो मैं भी उड़ा सकता हूँ. मेरा नाम जो है बंकुम नहीं है. My name is Banku. I shall call you Netwit. I will call you Netwit. And you must learn to live with that. और फिर सब आपको वही बुलाएंगे और आपको उसी के साथ जीना पड़ेगा. And Shiripati Babu, you are an important man, of course. You must have chamchas. Chamchas मतलब followers, जो हम लोग हिंदी word है. Again, chamchas, sycophants, English word है. But let me tell you, from today, you can count me out. See, आप बहुत important man है. आपके बहुत सारे चमचा होंगे. लेकिन आज से I am out. I shall not be a part of your group any longer. मैं अब आपकी flattery, buttering ये सब नहीं कर पाऊंगा. I'm sorry. If you like, I can send my cat to you. It is quite good at licking feet. See, I am not going to lick your feet. If you really want that someone should lick your feet, मैं अपनी cat को भेज दूंगा. वो lick करने में बड़ी तेज है. And oh, you are here as well. Poncha Babu, let me inform you and everyone else that last night an ang arrived from the planet Cranus and landed on the pond in your bamboo grove. We had a long chat. The ang was most amiable. Amiable means friendly. और आपकी जो बैम्बू ग्रूव है, उसकी जो पत्तियां हैं, उसका रीज़न ये है कि एक स्पेसक्राफ्ट आया था, एंग आया था, उससे मेरी बात हुई, काफ़ी देर मेरी बात हुई आपके बैम्बू ग्रूव में, एंड ही वॉज द मोस्ट फ्रेंडली पर्सन आई एवर मेट. Bonku Babu finished the speech and slapped Bhairav Chakravarti's back so hard that he choked. हमेशा भैरव उसको आके टप टप करता था, आज उसका बदला लेता है. कहता है कस के मारता है और वो खांसने लगते हैं. Then he made his exit, striding out with a bounce and a whistle, his eyes sparkling, his head held high. With a lot of self-respect, बहुत ज़्यादा confidently वो वहाँ से move कर जाता है, जो कभी इससे पहले नहीं हुआ था. In the same instant, the cup fell from Ram Kanai's hands. He could not believe what he was seeing. कप ही गिर जाता है हाथ से. Shattering to pieces, their hopes were also shattered of making fun of Bonkum in future, and splattering hot tea on most of the others. See, basically, Bonku was like a butt for their jokes, and now he was taking a stand for himself. People were really shocked. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? ये कैसे ऐसे कर सकता है? How can he become so bold कि वो अपने लिए stand ले रहा है? So this was something as a shock for each and every person present there. Hope आपको समझ में आया हो. If you actually like this video, please do like and share and subscribe to your friends as well. Thank you.